Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Copter.tv. Alright, did you have a good weekend? I had a great weekend, but it's Monday now, so we go again. And there's a few things that we need to catch up on. Now I can tell you right now, there's going to be multiple videos about Ibrahima Konate today. Two or three videos, I think if I put all those topics into one big video, it would be far too long. So if I break them up, you can see the titles of the video and decide which one, or which ones you might, be of interest to you. What else was I going to say? I've just recorded my morning briefing. That's gone live on my other YouTube channel. All right. So in this video, we're going to be talking about this article from Paul Joyce. Now, if you're a long-term viewer, you know that Paul Joyce is the closest journalist to Liverpool Football Club and the one that I pay the most attention to. When he publishes an article, I always think, what does Michael Edwards want me to know? And I always think, who does this article benefit? What's the message? What's behind the article? Is it genuine just reporting, or is there more to it? So we always really pay close attention to Paul Joyce and David Ornstein at The Athletic. They're the only two journalists in the world you need to follow regarding Liverpool Football Club news. Although we do listen to Rent a Tweet a bit, don't we? Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah! Some people still don't know why we do that. We do listen to Rent a Tweet a little bit as well. But Paul Joyce is the main man, and I'm going to go over this article with you. I'm not going to read the entire article to you. I'll give you some bullet points. You may have already seen it, to be honest with you, because it came out, I don't know what day, just some point over the weekend. And then I've got Dave, my AI assistant, to analyse it for me and for you. Now, Dave is trained to analyse football news articles, the journalists that write them, and the platforms that publish them. Obviously, we don't need Dave to tell us who Paul Joyce is, but my best breakdowns by Dave are Paul Joyce articles, because he looks for specific club messaging and things like that, which he has been trained to do. So let's get on with it. Liverpool will not try to sign Marc Guéhi in January. Now, I thought this was an interesting headline. You know that the article content is going to be accurate. He's not going to clickbait you. We're talking real journalists now. Now, I'm logged in. I don't know if you can see this. I pay for the Times. If you don't, if you get the URL and go to a website called archive.ph and use the second box down and paste it in, you should get a snapshot of the article. However, I think it's worth every penny because Paul Joyce is the main man. So Liverpool will not try to sign Marc Guéhi in January. Deal for Crystal Palace and England centre-back collapsed on deadline day after club did not secure a replacement. Champions will now only sign him on a free next summer. Now, within this article, it finishes with something to do with Konate, which will be in another video. But this is something I always point out to people about Paul Joyce articles. This is an important article. We know what the subject matter is about. But sometimes he'll put an article out that's not really interesting or not that, it's maybe not about transfers. But the last couple of paragraphs in a Paul Joyce article are what I tell my people to always look out for. And the last couple of paragraphs in this article are very interesting. So, what's the key points, the summary from this article? So the Guéhi deal collapsed, £35 million plus a 10% sell-on, was agreed in principle, medical, done. Steve Parish pulled the plug late after Palace failed to land Igor Julio. Guéhi, furious, told Palace he wanted Liverpool. Liverpool stance now, no January move. Go fuck yourself. It doesn't say that. Will only return next summer on a free when Guéhi's contract runs out. Liverpool say they won't waste time in the winter window. I do like that attitude, I've got to be honest. I mean, maybe, at the time we'll be like, we really need him, and maybe it'll change, but maybe there's messaging behind this to Palace as well. In fact, it says here, Palace pressure point. Parish himself admitted losing Guéhi for free would be a problem. Joyce repeats that line and frames Liverpool as ready to exploit it. Centre-back depth. Liverpool signed Giovanni Leone for £26 million, as we know. Gomez interest from Milan and Brighton was not back. Milan's €15 million bid was deemed too low. With Van Dijk, Konate, Gomez, Leone, Liverpool claim they're fine for numbers. Konate contract situation still unresolved. This is the bit I was telling you about, also in the article. Player in final year. Madrid flagged as possible suitors. Liverpool don't want him to go. But crucially, Joyce delivers the line, they will not beg anyone to remain at Anfield. Do not miss that video, guys. There's also coverage in Spain today regarding Canate, which is separate from that. So we now go into Dave's territory, where Dave looks for club messaging and any potential propaganda, right? Because even though this is a journalist that we trust, we still know there's going to be propaganda sometimes, right? From him, from Ornstein and stuff like that. The same with Fabrizio Romano. You look at his stuff to think, is that a genuine news update, or is someone encouraging him to say something? Do you know what I mean? So this is, now we're going into what Dave's got to say, right? This is one of those Joyce pieces where every paragraph has fingerprints of Edwards Hughes all over it. Message to Palace, we're not coming back in January. If Guéhi still wants us, you lose him for free in the summer. This makes Palace look weak. Their chairman accepted a deal, but their manager forced a U-turn. By pointing out Guéhi did his medical, wanted Liverpool, and now has 1 year left, Joyce ramps up fan media pressure on Palace. The message to Canate and Madrid, Liverpool won't beg, that's pure Edwards speak. It's a warning shot, renew or you can walk, but don't expect us to chase or overpay to keep you. Also, Madrid's name being floated is not so subtle reminder to fans that if he goes, it's Madrid's fault, not Liverpool's. Message to the fans, we tried for Guéhi, he wanted us, but Palace bottled it. We have depth already. Leone is the future. Gomez stayed. Van Dijk is here. We're calm and in control. No desperation, no overpaying. And I think that is the genuine message from Anfield at the moment. Reassurance. Liverpool are strategic, disciplined, not scattergun. Message to the wider market. By stressing that Gomez wasn't let go cheaply, Liverpool remind other clubs they won't sell under value. By highlighting Leone as the end of a 3-year search, they frame themselves as ahead of the curve on youth recruitment. So who does this article benefit? You know, this is something that, like I've said on this channel for years, whenever you see a Joyce piece, especially a Joyce piece, I'm like, what does Michael Edwards want me to know? Oh, Richard Hughes. Who does the article benefit? Why am I reading it? That kind of thing. So who does the article benefit? This is Dave's opinion. Liverpool executives, Edwards and Hughes. It sets the narrative that the club is strong, decisive, and won't be messed around. Fans gives reassurance about Guéhi. He wanted Liverpool. It will happen eventually. And shows control on Canate. Club won't be held hostage. Palace, no benefit. They look indecisive under pressure and destined to lose Guéhi for nothing. Madrid, name dropped as suitors to keep the Canate story bubbling, but framed as potential villains, not winners. So Dave's verdict is, this is a propaganda-heavy Joyce. On Guéhi, the club's message is, we tried, he wanted us, Palace bottled it, we'll get him for free anyway. On Canate, that line about not begging is the headline. It's Edwards Hughes signalling strength and planting the idea with fans early that if Canate goes, it's because he wanted Madrid, not because Liverpool were weak. This article is Liverpool's boardroom talking through Joyce, not neutral reporting. And I agree with that. I think that's what that is. I think there is a lot of club messaging in that article. I don't know if you agree with me. We're not going to beg you, for all the reasons that have been given. We're not going to come and just pay you money in January because it suits you now. Nah, fuck that, we'll have him on a free. That stance may change, depending on how we do and injuries and things like that. But Liverpool are making it very, very known out there. This is, if you think about the headline, Liverpool will not try to sign Marc Guéhi in January, followed by, we will not beg you to stay at Liverpool, Canate. Now that to me is Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes saying, we're in fucking control. Not you, and not you. And I personally really enjoy getting that message, reading that message. I think it's a good message to send out. And it really does look like we have some fucking genuine clout. I don't think it's Liverpool bluffing, guys. I don't think this is a leverage thing. Yes, we know that they might go in for Guéhi in January, but the message right now is, now fuck that, fuck you, you fucked us around, so fuck off. That's what I think the message is, but it could also be, like the pre-warning of, we're not going to just pay you. What was it? Some of the stupid valuation. Oh, that was an exclusive. That was a stupid one. We won't quote that. But, you know, don't be thinking we're going to give you 20 million, 15 million in January because we're desperate. Fuck you. We'll wait till the summer. So Crystal Palace might regret not doing business, guys, because like their chairman said, we can't let him go for free. So, yeah, nice one. I like it. What do you think? I love it when a Paul Joyce article comes out. I've got to be honest with you, it's my favourite thing. Ornstein, yeah, I like to read what Ornstein's got to say, but I know Paul Joyce is the man that's closest to the people that run the club on a day-to-day basis. Ornstein's more FSG people, and technically, you know, Edwards is FSG, but you know what I mean. But they're the two that you listen to. A bit of I won't shout it. A bit Fabrizio Romano as well, but you've got to be careful with him. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. I do think I've got a Fabrizio Romano video coming up regarding some comments he's made about Canate, but that'll be a very brief one. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment if you've got anything nice to say. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there's a love out under the video. Anyone that does that, I always give them a shout out on my morning briefings on my other YouTube channel, the Duncan Oldham channel, the link of which is in the video description, and it will also be on the screen around now as well. Okay, guys, have a great day. Hope you had a great weekend, and we'll speak soon.